Let's talk about money. Money has a powerful role in the purchase or sale of residential properties in the United States. Let's gain some perspective, then close with a couple of suggestions. Recently, I was in a country where there are large statues, some of them covered presumably in real gold. Individuals come and they bow down and they say their prayers and they leave their flowers and light their candles. In the United States, that's not a very common occurrence. Here, instead, our God is money, what's in our wallets, in our bank accounts. You may be thinking that I am an anti-capitalist. Actually, in the region of the country where I live, the prices of residential properties are among the highest on the continent. Unfortunately, here, the love of money is on steroids. I'm reminded of an author who wrote a letter at the age of 95, and he said, "Don't love money, you risk losing your soul." He began writing at age 25, exploring the relation between matter and spirit. His writings are well known throughout the globe because he lived nearly 2,000 years ago. And yet it doesn't seem like we get it. Back to residential properties. If you're selling, you might be represented by a seller's agent. The role, the job, the duty of a seller's agent is to achieve the highest possible price on your property. As a buyer, if you're represented by a buyer's agent, depending on the part of the country you're in, that agent is also being commissioned by the seller, which means the odds are stacked against the buyer. With money speaking so loudly, the voices of individuals in the transaction may not be heard. I have two suggestions. One is, put things into perspective. When the well-being of individuals, of the people around you, begins to fade, that's a sign that money is strengthening its grip, and you may lose everything. My second suggestion is, be reasonable. If you're a seller, establish a reasonable price for your property. If you're an agent, negotiate a reasonable commission. Money sometimes gets in the way of transactions that should be happening. If you're a buyer and everybody's being reasonable, then give it up joyfully and pay what you can afford. Thank you for watching. I wish you well in your purchase or sale of residential property.